That's right, episode 25. I told you we're at the funny number because there's nothing funnier than the number 25, okay? 24 is pretty funny, but 25 takes the cake. That's all I'm going to say about that. Hello. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. I hope your Saturday is going well. Welcome to the podcast. We're just going to jump straight into it. So, you probably noticed that there was no upload yesterday at the time of this upload/recording. And that's because I decided that I was just not happy with the format of the show and I wanted to change it. And some of you were like, oh, okay. And some of you were like, good. So, I'm on your side, the latter, who think that the show could have used some improvements. Hold on. I'm getting water. Give me one moment. I'm back. Hello. I was just getting water from my cup. Gotta put it properly on the desk. Alright, we're back. Hello. So yeah, I wasn't too happy with how the format was going, and I wanted to change it, and that's why we're here. So, but I wanted to keep the podcast. The podcast is fine. Don't even worry. Podcast is fine. Name's fine. Everything's fine. Love the podcast. Not going to stop doing it. No reason to change it. Love the segments. Everything's good, And I really got to make sure that this stinking microphone is facing me properly so that the audio doesn't sound weird. So, yeah. So, more than likely, confirmed that I want to do a show on Monday, obviously. I don't know. I want to change the format up. I don't know what that means yet. I've been trying to figure out what I want to do. I want to change the logo. I might change the background. The music's okay. The pictures are fine. I'm trying to figure out if I want to do more. Production's kind of small right now, but that's going to change in a couple weeks. So, not a couple weeks. I would say in the next 2 months, you're going to see noticeable production change. So just sort of keep your head on a swivel for that. But for right now, I want to see if I can up the quality a little bit with what I have right now, because I'm just unhappy with how everything's looking right now, and I want to change it. And I think as the creator for the show, I should be allowed to do that. If Dynamite can go back to the classic stage, then goddamn it, so can I. So I want to change it around, and that's pretty much it. Nothing really much else to say about that. I might not I don't know. I don't want you to expect anything crazy, nothing super super high quality. I don't know. I don't know if I should put different stuff in there, and then it's what should I put in? If I want anything good, you don't really have to pay for it. I didn't pay for that background, so I might, I don't know. I don't know what I'll do. I like thinking out loud, though. Brainstorming in real time, but I don't want to take up the entire podcast episode doing that. So you know what, boys and girls, we're just going to go ahead and open up our latest issue of Mat Men Digest and get started with SmackDown. Shout out to Josh Lopez, Felix Foreman, Memphis, Tennessee. We started with The Rock. The Rock comes out, rock concert. He didn't play guitar. It just sort of sat there. I thought he had a guitar. I think he had a guitar. I think because he had two musicians there with him. I think one of them played the guitar, and then Mans was on harmonica, and then Rock was singing. In fairness, I don't think Rock's played the guitar in a long time, so I don't know. But either way, Rock came out, started talking about Cody, and then said that he was going to whip Cody with a belt that he had, and The Rock was done whooping. Oh yeah, and he talked to Mama Rhodes. And he said, when The Rock is done whooping your son, and Roman is done beating your son, 1, 2, 3, The Rock is going to take his belt full of your son's blood, and he's going to walk over to you, Mama Rhodes. The Rock needs you sitting in the front row so the whole world can see. The Rock is going to walk right over to you, Mama Rhodes, and he's going to hand you this belt right here. And he's going to put it in your lap, and you're going to be crying just like your son, and that's okay, because then The Rock is going to whisper in your Mama Rhodes, and all the blood in your son's belt here, and the tears on that belt, The Rock is going to whisper in your ear, he's going to wipe the tears away. He's going to show, what can I say, except you're welcome, because he's Maui! And then that's it, pretty much. LWO versus Selena Vega. This match was really, really good. Legado del Fantasma pick up the win because White ducks a clothesline. Neck breaker, hits a tornado DDT for a 2 count, missile drop kick. Cruz del Toro with a missile drop kick to Carrillo. Carrillo avoids a baseball drop kick, drives Toro back first into the ringside barricade. Garza super kick wild. Garza tags in Carrillo. Legato. Oh, yeah. So, Legato connects with a pop-up punt to pick up the victory. Okay, no, I was thinking of Ray and Santos. I was thinking of something else. So, Legato win. And then Caleb brings out LA Knight. LA Knight talks to AJ Styles, challenges him to a match at WrestleMania. Styles comes out. So they're out on the stage. They're not backstage. And then challenges to a match. Styles comes out with a chair, hits him in the back, and then stands over him, like sits down on him with the chair, and then says, "I accept." And then cut backstage. There's like, I don't remember. I know there was like a recap. No, that was before. So, I think it was the recap of Logan Paul getting interrupted by Randy Orton, and then Logan Paul backstage talking to Nick. He wants Randy Orton to be punished for attacking KSI and ruining the big moment. And Logan says, "I want Randy to apologize," and Nick is like, "Well, why don't you just go out there and do it yourself?" And then Logan's like, "How can I expect you to do your job when you can't even find me an opponent for WrestleMania?" And then, what? Oh my God, I literally just watched this. You know what it is? Because I'm following so I was watching it, and I'm following the play-by-play from Josh Lopez, and he doesn't cover the recaps and the match flow and stuff like that, which I understand, because it's not saying anything new, it's just recapping. So next we got the Caleb Braxton, Paul Heyman and Sokolo are backstage. We'll blow on and respond to Jace's challenge. So Jimmy accepts the challenge, and I feel like this feud just isn't as serious as it could be. And you know what? I'm going to stop saying that because that just doesn't seem like the direction that they're going with this feud. So, whatever. It's whatever. So he accepts. And then we've got Randy versus Grayson Waller. This was a decent match. And then Randy wins. Theory tries to distract Randy, but Randy gets him with the drapey DDT. Randy wins. Orneal's Theory... Hold on. The drapey DDT. Waller goes for the roll-through stunner, but Orton counters with the RKO. And then Theory delivers a chop block after the match. And then they've got Randy in the ring. He's like held down, and Logan's about to punch him. Kevin Owens comes out, storms to the ring, and then he starts beating up Theory. And then Owens gets Orton up, and then Orton's about to RKO him, but because he doesn't know that it's Owens. And then so Owens stunners Theory. Theory gets right back up into the RKO. Logan's on the stage. All this comes out, and he's like, "Hey, how'd that apology go?" And then he says, "Oh, by the way, I have a great idea. It's going to be a triple threat. It's going to be you and Owens. It's going to be you, Owens, and Orton at WrestleMania." So there you go. That's the match. So we get the progressive match flow about Kai and Bayley versus, I think it was Asuka, and either way, tag match. Progressive match flow for that. Backstage interview with Damage Control. Bayley's determined to take out each member of Damage Control one by one. She goes Sky at WrestleMania. Okay, never mind. I was thinking if this is a different... What's going on? I thought this was the backstage interview. You know what? No, never mind. Because it was a backstage with Bayley. I was thinking of the other one. No. Bayley's determined to take out each member. Okay, never mind. Alright, that was the last interview when Bayley said that. One by one, hand over match at WrestleMania. Dakota says Bayley will not be able to take us all out. We're going to break her tonight. And then she was like, which is what Bianca said. Dakota says that this is all Bayley's fault. This is all her doing. And whoever feels sorry for her is dumb. And they had to cut Bayley loose. Dakota wants to send a message to the women's locker room that they run things. Triple H will be a special guest on the McAfee show at WWE World at WrestleMania. And then we've got Santos Escobar versus Dragon Lee. So this is a decent match. Really quick. So there's a distraction on the outside. And Lee... Okay, hold on. Lee with a running head scissors take over. Oh, yeah, off the ring apron. Yeah, that's right. On... Man, I couldn't even tell you, okay? Yeah, he gets distracted by Alexa Lopez, and then... comes back into the ring. Escobar connects with a Phantom Driver, and that's it. After the match, Gato Del Fantasma gang up on him. Carlito comes in, hits the backstabber on Garza, and then Spinebusters. He like Spinebusters. Okay, it's Garza and Carrillo. He Spinebusters Carrillo into Garza. Escobar clotheslines Carlito into the okay, and as he's driving Carlito into the ring post, Ray comes out. They start brawling. Tilt-a-whirl. He's about to go He's about to go for the 619. Escobar gets out. Tells him to stop running. He says, "Why are you running?" He says in Spanish. And then challenges Escobar to a match next week. Promises to slap that stupid arrogant smile off Escobar's face. And then New Catch Republic vs. Pretty Deadly. His match is pretty decent. Nothing crazy to write home about. New Catch Republic pick up the win. Next week on SmackDown, more 6-pack qualifying matches. Street Profits battle AOP, and the Good Brothers will take on Theory and Waller. And then Roman and Reigns, both of them. Roman Reigns and Cody will have a face-to-face segment. Roman Reigns, Cody, and Rhodes will have a face-to-face segment. And then we have Dakota Kai with Damage Control. This match is pretty decent. I know that I keep saying that, but like none of the matches are like terrible. And if they are, it's because like it's setting up for like a post-match thing. So that's pretty much is what this match was doing. A lot of interference around the end. Sending switch. Sane attacks Bailey behind the referee's back while Kai's distracting him. Bailey's in the corner. Kai like gets up and starts fate. No, Sane gets up and starts like messing with her face or whatever. Delivers face wash. And then she goes for like her like around the ring kick. Bailey catches her. And then power bombs her. Starts beating her up. Io's in the ring. Io gets in the ring. So Kai gets out. Io gets in the ring. Is about to hit Bailey with the title. And then Bailey fight. Yeah, the Kabuki workers. Workers. Yeah, they get in the ring. And then Bailey is about to fight him. And then they gang up on Bailey, which forces the disqualification. Naomi comes in. Naomi makes the save. Pump kick to Asuka. Or pump knee to Asuka. Io hits her with 2 knees. And then they throw her out of the ring, and then they start beating up on Bailey. Chant for Bianca. Bianca doesn't come out. And then, just beat her up over the moonsault by Io Sky, and that's it. So, overall, pretty decent show. Shedding, yeah. I don't know what's happening to me. Setting up a lot of stuff for next week. The matches are really solid. And, I still haven't seen the face-to-face yet. I've seen most of it. I've seen up to the newest episode of SmackDown. I've seen up to the Waller and Theory versus the Good Brothers. That's the farthest I've seen. All right, so we've done SmackDown, and now we're heading over to Raw. Here we are. This is it, right? Okay. So Jay, did I talk about this already? I think I did, but I didn't do the recap. I think that might have been what it is. So Jay comes out, opens the show, and then where are you at, dudes? Oh yeah, so he comes through the crowd. That's right. Jay opens the show, calls out Jimmy. Jimmy comes through the crowd, and Jay's like, I don't see you anymore. Come back to me. And Jimmy's like, I never left you. You went on to do bigger and better things. You did it without me, but you did it because of me, because I made you into who you are. And then Jay was like, no, I'm going to beat you up. Gets into a brawl. Oh yeah, Solo comes out. Gangs up on Jay. Cody comes out. No music. Hits the Cody Cutter on Solo. Yeah, and then Heyman tells Adam Pearce that he owes him an apology. Text not authorized. Oh yeah, so he was like, oh, my flight was delayed. And then he was like, but they got here. He was like, well, they had different flights than me. He was like, I'm still putting on my clothes. Doing the business for themselves. Complains about flight delays. Rumor is a man of his word. Heyman and Solo are out of the building for the rest of the night. He's handling official business, and then he will leave. When Heyman does his official business, everyone is going to be caught off guard. That's not a prediction. That's a spoiler. And then he does this thing where he's like, oh, call me Roman Reigns. And the DIY versus the Creed Brothers, man, this match was incredible, man. 5 stars. The Creed Brothers need to be champions. I don't care what they need to be, man. Put whatever belt you need to put on it, man. That match was incredible. Man. So, Julius plays the ankle lock, kiss Gargano in the gut. So he tries to go for a one-arm powerbomb. Shouts out to Gargano. He tries to get up there, but Julius has to let go and do the regular powerbomb. stereo ankle locks. Yeah, because Brutus comes in. Stereo and Gargano escapes. They flip out. DIY gets sandwiched in the center of the ring. Oh, yeah, because they get, picked up and they get thrown. Creeds with 2 moonsaults for a 2 count. Moonsault? Yeah, because that's when they tagged them in. Yeah. They go for the Brutus ball. Ciampa rolls Julius over. And then Gargano okay, so for a 2 count, yeah. And then Brutus gets thrown out. Gargano super kicks Julius, and then that's how they win. Really decent match. Judgment Day having a conversation with Andrade backstage. Dominic reminds Andrade that the Judgment Day runs things on Monday. Rhea Ripley says they're an exclusive group. But if Andrade wants to continue at impressive performances, they'll consider him in the group. They'll be keeping a close eye on this match next week. Who is that with? I don't know. Okay. Well, probably because it hasn't happened yet. Still upset that Ricochet made JD look like a fool in the gauntlet match. Oh, yeah. And then it's Dominic versus JD. Or no, Dominic versus... Ricochet. Thunderbolt Patterson's in the 2024 class off of the Hall of Fame. Katana Chance. Okay, so I'm just going to call them the Twinkle Twins because I don't feel like saying all their names. Twinkle Twins versus LeRae and Hartwell. So, short match. Carter... she flips. Okay. Katana Chance sweeps out legs of Hartwell. Chance with a dive. Katana Chance. No, yeah, with a diving bulldog. Chance ducks under 2 clotheslines from Hartwell. Drop kicks Hartwell. Ripley stomps on Hartwell's chest. Chance with a diving corner clothesline. Hartwell goes for a belly to back suplex, but Chance lands back on her feet. And then she starts favoring her right knee. And I'm like, okay, injured or not injured? And then they kept the camera on her. And then I was like, okay, so she's not injured. LeRae tags in. Baseball, drop kick, and then she starts going for the leg, one leg Boston Crab, and then they pick up the win. And, which is great. And then there was backstage exclusive where she was like, 2-0, and, okay, so she was like, there was backstage exclusive, and then LeRae and Indy are walking backstage. She's like, why'd you do that? And then she was like, I still want you to apologize to Maxine. And then LeRae was like, I'm sorry for what I said about your brother and all that sort of stuff, but you are a bad wrestler. And then Maxine walks off. And then they were still walking. She was like, well, I said what I said. And then Ivy Nile attacks LeRae. And then I'm assuming that's going to set up a match for next week. So Cody comes out. Is this the one where he was like, where he calls him Little Dick Syndrome, and you're a whiny bitch, and all that sort of stuff. And then Heyman, she's not afraid of you. I want to talk about this, but he's basically clapping back at him. Doesn't say anything crazy. Kudos to Brian Goritz. The final boss. Perhaps you're the actual final boss. Maybe I'm too naive to see that, but at WrestleMania, I don't think you're going to be the final boss. Roman's side check. I think you're going to be Roman's side check. Paul comes out and basically is like, hey, I've got a proposition. It's going to be you and Roman, no one else, alone face-to-face on SmackDown. Do you accept that? And Cody's like, yes. Cody shakes hands. And then I love the handshake because they can't go up and down because the rope is in the way, so they have to do a weird, back and forth, side-to-side handshake. That was pretty good. And then there's a Nia Jax promo. Do I remember this? Where was this? You know what? I realized Becky Lynch has never beaten me after tonight. She never will, because after I break her face again, I'll be taking her spot at WrestleMania. I'll finish the business I started with Rhea Ripley. And not only will I walk out the last woman standing, but I will also become the Women's World Champion. I don't know where this was. I don't remember this. I don't know if this was backstage or not. We see Cody Rhodes running into Jey Uso in the backstage area. Jey says, Cody's back for Friday. Seth does the same thing, because he's like, you shouldn't trust him. So, Ricochet versus Dominic. I don't remember this match. I'm so sorry. Ricochet blocks the superplex. Ricochet hits him with a bunch of forearms. Gets an apron into Giri. Dom trips Ricochet in midair. Dom kicks Ricochet in the gut. Dom with the sit-out X-Factor for a 2 count. I'm trying to say Dom because he keeps saying Mysterio, and I don't want to say Mysterio because I keep thinking of Ray, and I'm trying not to confuse myself. Dante's home. Ricochet goes for the three amigos. Oh yeah, Ricochet counters with a brain buster. Ricochet with a Benadryller for a 2 count. I don't know what the Benadryller is. That's why I have to watch the match with the play-by-play so I know what the hell's going on. Dom rolls Ricochet over for a 2 count. Ricochet blocks a boot from Dom. Ricochet with a spinning heel kick. Dom avoids the 450. Wow, the 450. Ricochet super kicks Mysterio and then kicks McDonough off the apron. Mysterio drop kicks Ricochet into the middle rope. He dodges the 619. Ricochet connects with the Ruko. Oh yeah, because it's 2-0. Okay, Ricochet connects with the Rico to pick up the victory after the match. Ricochet increases speed and agility as McDonough was trying to ambush him. I remember this, but I don't remember exactly what happened. So it is Ricochet up 2 on who? What's his name? On the Judgment Day. So backstage is Sami Zayn talking to Chad. It was an honor to have that match. Hasn't been pushed that hard for a very long time. Things could have gone either way. Gable passes. Oh yeah, and he's like, thanks, but he's like trying to like brush him off. And then finally, Gable says, last week it meant more to him. Zayn responds by saying, that's not fair because he's not the only person that needed that victory. His family at home too. After all these years, Gable is not in the right to tell Zayn that this match or this business means more because he's not in his shoes. Zayn wants to know what the real problem is. Gable said that he can't beat Gunther, and then he walks off. And then we have the contract signing between Gunther and Zayn, and Gunther's like, and Zayn is like, I believe I can beat you. And Gunther's like, well, that's great, but I know I can beat you because this is reality, and the reality is that I'm going to win, and even Gable thinks that you can't win. So, look, Sammy, I think what you do is listen to your new friend Chad Gable because he doesn't believe that you can beat me. All the people here in the building, they cheer for you. I think they love you, but they don't believe that you can beat me. And you know, when I look into your eyes, and if you would be honest with yourself, you don't believe that you can beat me. So, what you're doing right now is standing on my doorstep and beg me to receive the beating of a lifetime at the grandest stage of them all. So whatever you need to do, Sammy. Dreaming, believe, keep on doing it because of WrestleMania dreams will meet reality. Oh yeah, and then he was like, and then so Gunther goes to walk away, and then Sammy says, look into my eyes, you don't think I can believe? And then Sammy gets up. He's like, look again, get a good long look because you're going to look in the eyes of the man who's going to take you down at WrestleMania. So Sammy didn't really win that promo. I think Gunther did a pretty good job. Awesome Truth versus Indus Sher. Man, so I was like, Indus Sher aren't going to lose this, right? They're not. And then Miz gets taken out of the ring by one of them, and then Truth gets elbowed by the other. No, wait. Veer stops Miz. Oh, yeah. Veer stops Miz's track. Miz dodges the big boot, tags in Truth, ducks a clothesline from Veer, 2 diving shoulder tackles, and then a spin inside slam. Follows that with a 5-knuckle shuffle. Veer denies the attitude adjustment. Truth applies the STF. Sangha breaks up the submission hold. Also, Truth gangs up on Sangha. Double Irish whip. Double drop kick. Skull crushing finale flatliner to Veer. Miz with a wrecking ball drop kick. To Mahal. Okay, I thought he got pulled out. It was a wrecking ball drop kick. Oh yeah, and then he pulls Sangha out of the ring. And then Truth gets elbowed. And then he falls into the pin. And that's how they win. And it's just like, great. Oh yeah, so backstage, Chad tells Sammy that if he can't change his underdog mentality, he won't beat Gunther at WrestleMania, which I like. I like that Chad is really putting over the seriousness of this, you know, despite the fact that he's not in it. So that makes me think that maybe he's going to be involved in something. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. I was really hoping that it was going to be Alpha Academy and WrestleMania. The Rock Makers return to Raw on April 1st from Brooklyn. And then, oh yeah, so CM Punk cut a promo live via satellite. He said, do I plan on being at WrestleMania? Wrestlemania's in Philly. What are the first 4 letters? Oh, yeah, Philadelphia, Phil. You can't have WrestleMania in Philadelphia, though, Phil, whether I'm invited or uninvited. It never really matters with CM Punk. He will be there. All right. So, I don't know what that means. We'll have to wait and see if a match will happen. So, oh, man, sorry. I'm, like, fiddling with the stylus that I have. So, I thought Drew came out. Yeah, Drew came out first. And then Rollins comes out, and then he greets Raleigh, North Carolina. And then Drew and Rollins go back and forth. And then I guess all hail our Savior Seth Rollins. Thank you very much. You had me. This is what I wanted. I want the passion. I don't want the stupid outfits. I don't want the laugh, and I don't want the dancing. I want the passion. You had me all the way till the finish. You've done this for 20 years just like I've done this for 20 years. We've given our life to this industry. And that's what you made this title all about. The Wrestlers title, the Real Wrestlers title, the Workhorse Championship. You and me, you had me until you mentioned the big spotlight. And the reason we're going to get it is because you're going to pin one of the biggest stars in the world. Oh yeah, he was like, the spotlight shines bright on me. And all I care about is you make it to the ring tonight. Oh, yeah, and he was like, you can't make it, I'll carry you. Because I'm not going to get the moment I deserve. I'm going to get the moment that I bloody earned. You're back at 20. Oh, yeah. And then Rollins was like, you won, but you won during the pandemic. And then when you were in front of a crowd, then you lost. So when the lights are the brightest, I shine, baby. Oh, no, it was Rollins who said that. I thought Drew said that. My bad. At WrestleMania, the lights are going to be as bright as they have ever been. And you're going to find out you're not as good as you think you are. So then we had the New Day versus the Alpha Academy. And I was like, oh, here, and I saw this, and I was like, oh, no, I wonder who's going to win. And then man, listen, no offense to Akira, man, but I saw Akira come out, and I was like, damn it. So the New Day won. Liv Morgan tells Becky Lynch to kick Nia Jax's ass. I don't know if this was... Man, I was watching this, man. I promise you I was watching this. A lot's happened, okay? Cody Rhodes run into Seth Rollins. Oh, yeah, and then Cody says he's going to handle business one-on-one. Seth loves the bandana. Oh, yeah, because he was walking Pharaoh. So yeah, so like I said, Seth was like, hey, I'll be there. Well, I'll be looking out. And then Becky Lynch and Nia Jax last one standing match. This match was actually really good. I actually really like this. A lot of decent spots. And Becky hits Nia with the manhandle slam through the table. So Becky also has to stand up too. I guess that does make sense because then it would be a double. So Becky stands up. Nia gets up. I was actually kind of surprised about that. So as Nia's getting up, Becky gets on the ladder that was set up in front of the announce table, and then Nia's like wandering all around the outside, and then she like kind of bends over the announce table, and then Becky hits the leg drop, and that's how Becky wins. So I thought that was a really decent match, and I really liked the final spot. I thought that was pretty good. All right, so now we're moving over to NXT. So, okay, yeah, shout out to Josh Lopez. So first match is Roxanne and Tatum. And Perez starts things off with the suicide dive because Tatum is talking smack as she's on her way to the ring. Perez goes for a side Russian leg sweep and Paxley counters with a knee lift. Paxley with the pump handle suplex for a 2 count. Perez denies a butterfly suplex. Perez with the swinging arm wringer into the turnbuckles. Perez is the pop rocks. Oh yeah, and then switches into the crossface. And that's what makes her tap out. After the match, grabs the microphone, checks the tired waiting. It's time for Ava to make the decision and give her the title. She never lost. Perez gets into a big brawl. Oh yeah, Lyra comes out. And then Perez shoves Valkyrie into Paxley. Perez viciously attacks the left shoulder of Paxley. Oh yeah, because doesn't she come out with an arm brace on? Perez applies the crossface on the floor. Yeah, so... Okay, well, I don't want to talk about that because that's later on in the show. Noam Dar wants Lash Legend to keep her focused during tonight's main event. Alpha Academy joins the conversation. Otis admits that he's slightly jealous of Trick Williams. Lash wants nothing to do with Otis, so she walks away. Oh yeah, Lyra Valkyrie is fusing to receive medical attention in the trans room. Oh yeah, and then Ava comes in, and Lyra tells Ava to make the match official. And then she says, okay. So, Oba comes out next, and then Oba comes out, and then... Oh, yeah, no. So, Oba doesn't come out. Josh comes out. Vic and Booker are, they're doing the thing where they're, talking from the announce table. Josh comes out, and he, smacks the announce table. And they say, sorry, guys, Oba Femi's going to come out here and talk about how he damn near put Brooks Jensen through the ring last week. Look, Brooks is a tough kid. He's going to bounce back. What pissed me off was Oba did it with a smile on his face. Then Oba comes out. I'm surprised you didn't enjoy my title fence from the last week. But you do have a point, though. I relish the idea of testing a man's limit. I relish the idea of pushing a man to the edge. Because when I step to these ropes, there's no place for emotion. The only thing that matters is results. And my results speak for me. You're a man of courage. I'll give you that. You're steadfast. And then they're about to fight. Dijak comes out. And they kind of go back and forth. Oba says, this is not between either of you. No, because when it comes to this title, there's Oba and then there's everyone else. Dijak is trying to pull Oba back into the ring. Okay, so Dijak tries to pull Oba back into the ring. Josh gets sent out, and then Briggs shoves Dijak into Oba. Oba punches Dijak. Oba clotheslines Briggs over the top rope. Goes for the toss powerbomb, but Dijak lands on his feet, and then they start, they stand off. And then Sean Spears cuts a promo on Ridge, and then he walks away. And then Joe Gacy is like, his head's like poking out from like behind the lockers, I guess, or whatever. So Sean says, and there it is in his purest form. Pride always comes before the fall. The downfall of a man and his ego. It's such a shame. And then Joe Gacy says, but is it? And then we have Axiom and Nathan Frazier versus the No Quarter Catch Crew. Then we're going to have their qualifying match. I do remember this. There's so much wrestling. Please, you have to understand, man. There's a lot of wrestling, and there's so much that, oh, man. Okay, so, man. Nathan Frazier rocks, No Quarter Catch Crew? I don't know. I think it's the one dude. Miles Bourne? Is it Miles Bourne? I'm not sure. But he's like the one dude that I don't pay much attention to because it's Damon Kemp. No, Damon Kemp, Drew Gulak, Charlie Dempsey, and then I think it's Miles Bourne. I'm not sure though. Twist and vertical suplex. Frazier kicks Dempsey off the apron. I also have to try not to read the same line. Bourne power slams Frazier. Oh yeah, midair for a 2 count. Bourne with the black hole slam for a 2 count. Frazier puts Bourne on the top turnbuckle. Frazier tags in Axiom. Double Enziguri. Axiom tags in Frazier. Axiom with the avalanche. Spanish fly. Oh yeah, I remember this. Axiom drops Dempsey with the golden ratio. Frazier connects with the Phoenix Splash to pick up the victory. Okay. And then we get a video from NXT Anonymous. Oh yeah, Von Wagner and Robert Stone are backstage. So Robert Stone's upset that Von carried him out like a baby. And then he was like, do whatever you're going to do, Von. And then they walk off. So I don't know if they broke up. I don't know. But that was backstage. I don't know how no one can see him. He's standing. Well, they're standing like. Anyway. We told him to stay in the back during the match. Kelly Kincaid had a backstage interview with the Wolf Dogs. Corbin is pissed that he had to pay for dinner last night. The Alpha Academy. Oh, yeah. So the Alpha Academy challenged the Wolf Dogs to a match because they were like, bro, we deserve to be. We're gonna, start making opportunities and stuff. And then Baron's like, that's not how it works. And Alpha Academy's like, we're gonna do whatever it takes to win. So curious how that's gonna turn out. So then we had Sol Ruka versus Brinley Reese. This is a decent match. Man, I forgot how good the Soul Snatcher was. Lisa Bennett's back on her feet. Ruka sends, hold on. Okay, yeah. Ruka sends Reese shoulder first and steel ring post. Connects the Soul Snatcher. After the match, Blair Davenport attacks Soul. Davenport nails Ruka with the Kamagoye. So they're continuing that feud. So curious to see how that's going to go. Gigi Dolan talking to Ren Sinclair in the locker room. She said that what happened last week with Ariana Grace was struck of bad luck. She was just returning the favor, but the referee caught her delivering the low blow. Ariana interrupts the conversation, reminds Gigi that, because she won. So what Gigi did was intentional. Oh yeah, Ariana was pre-elected. Oh yeah, Ariana says it won't be an easy task, but Gigi's going to make. But she said she's going to make Gigi become a lady. She knows, dubbing her as Miss NXT in training. She puts a sash over her, so we're doing that now. Rich Holland says that this opportunity in NXT is not going the way he thought it would. He needs to be honest with himself, especially after the Sean Spears. So I don't know if they're going to do a character change, so we'll have to see what's going to happen with that. It's going to be the biggest stand deliver of all time. Okay, is this the one where he's... Oh yeah, so Tony welcomes Luca to the family. Got that over with. The Mad Dragon, Unbeatable, Unbreakable, puts him over. Tony's man will break the Unbreakable, so it's similar. Okay, and then he is via satellite. He's talking over the stage. No, what the hell is it called? The Titantron. Jeez Louise. Okay. Can you rest off our conversation and you'll be alone on a bridge with nothing but my own thoughts? You can feel this championship within your grasp. You can smell it. But this here is one power beyond your reach. And then Tony's like, no, you got it wrong. You have no idea what I can do. You got no control. There's so much space and opportunity between now and Phil on April 6th. I spoke with Ava. Next week you got a match against Stax. Yeah, so you'd stand and deliver. Now the question is, what shape are you going to be in when we get there? That decision is completely up to you. But I promise you, one wrong move and you're going to wish you never messed with Tony D at stand and deliver will be a burial. Thea Hale offers Riley Osborne some encouragement ahead of his big title match. She apologizes for her behavior during their date. She hopes that they can still be friends. Riley's glad that the LT is back. Oh yeah, I did see that. Lola Vice is still impressed by Carmen Petrovic's karate training. I did see that too. Because they were like training backstage and Lola Vice walked up. I wasn't paying full attention, I'm not going to lie. I do remember not being like 100% clocked in when that happened. And then, so Drew Gulak versus Riley Osborne. Okay. I do remember this. I do. Standing switch. Yeah. Gulak goes for the Gulak. Osborne rolls him over for a 2 count because Gulak wins first, right? Yeah. No. Gulak sends Osborne to the corner. Osborne wins first. And then Gulak wins. Right? And was it a roll-up? Gulak is playing mind games with Osborne. Gulak is distracted by Duke Hudson. Osborne hits the Fosbury flop. Man, I have no idea. Rolls Gulak back into the ring, goes for flying crossbody kick. Gulak rolls him over. Yeah, gets it? No. Okay, sorry. I was itching my arm. Osborne drop kicks Gulak. Hits a standing corkscrew moonsault. Gulak reverses out of the Irish whip from Osborne. Roll-up exchange. Gulak whips Osborne across the ring. Drop down exchange. Gulak and Osborne start running the ropes. Ties things up with the sunset flip. Delivers a cheap shot after the bell rings. Oh, yeah, it was an elbow, and then it drops him. That's right, yeah. Gulak gets his knees up in the air. Gulak plays the Gulak. Oh, yeah. Osborne got saved by the bell. Okay, never mind. The Gulak, yeah, and he doesn't tap out. I remember that. Okay. Standing switch. Hold on a second. I thought it was like 1-1. I swear there was a 1-1. Here, press to score the first pinfall of this match, yeah. And then, I know what the ending is. Then Gulak goes for the Gulak for a 2 count. With a roll through Hurricanrana. Okay. Gulak with a double leg takedown. Osborne bridges out of a jackknife predicament. Gulak goes for the backslide cover, but Osborne blocks it. Osborne with the inside cradle for a 2. Osborne stops Gulak in the chest. Gulak with an inside out lariat. Man, I don't remember. Osborne rocks Gulak with a forearm smash. Puts Gulak on the top turnbuckle. Gulak and Osborne are trading back and forth shots. JC is playing mind games with Thea. Oh, yeah. So, JC's messing with Thea on the outside, and then JC runs she doesn't run in the middle of the ring. She runs through the corner of the ring, and then Thea slides through. And then Osborne goes with the superplex. But Jasmine, grabs his leg, and then Gulak, yeah, he, shifts his weight, and then he wins. But that's a 1-1, so I don't know. I don't want to, put too much time on it. Yeah, so Drew Gulak ends up winning. Fallon Henley runs into Brooks Jensen in the NXT parking lot. Fallon's trying to help Brooks keep his spirits up. Oh, yeah, because he's leaving, yeah. So, yeah, Fallon catches up with him. Brooks says that he doesn't want to be here anymore. Everything is going great for Fallon. Briggs is going to get a shot at the North American title. Meanwhile, Brooks is left with nothing. He doesn't want to talk to Fallon right now. We see Kalani Jordan arrive. Oh, yeah. She's, putting her, her hair back up. She wants a piece of Kiana James and Izzy Dane. Fallon tells Kalani that she'll have her back. So, I mean, I don't know if there's going to be, a character change for Brooks. We'll have to see. Thea Hale and Duke Hudson barge into Ava's office. They will have a match with Jasmine next week. Ava also mentions that Duke... Oh, yeah. So, they'll have a match next week. And then Ava's hold on, Duke, you come back here. And then mentions that Duke Hudson could possibly enter the NXT North American title match at Stand to Deliver if he wins his match next week. And then we have the Good Brothers versus Hank and Tank, number 1 qualifying match. I don't know what this qualifying match is for. I assume it's for the NXT. Because I say that, and then LWO were in a qualifying match. So, are they qualifying for the NXT tag titles and also the 6-pack challenge? And then I was are they qualifying to be in the qualifying match? I don't know what's going on here. So, I think it might be 2 different things. I don't know. Good Brothers win. Nothing crazy happened. Good Brothers picked up the win with the Magic Killer. Kelly Kincaid backstage interview with Trick Williams. She wants to know if he has any friends. Oh, any final thoughts at his first match since Vengeance Day. And then Trick says, to be real, he's making his own decisions now. Noam Dar may be a bad boy, but he's not going far. He can bring his whole gang out there, but he's going to be sticking and moving and looking good doing it. Trick knows that Mello's in the building, and he's happy about that. If Mello shows up, Trick is going to kick his ass. That's what it is, and that's what it's going to be. Roxanne Perez says that she'll rip the NXT Women's title away from Live Valkyria and Stand to Deliver. JC Jane and Kiana James, and Izzy Dame poke fun at Thea Hale. Oh, yeah, Jasmine next plan on putting an end to Thea next week. James and Dane get into a big brawl. Oh, yeah, and then Fallon and Kalani run in and start beating them up. And then next week on NXT, it'll be Josh Briggs. Okay, so Josh Briggs and Duke Hudson, and then Dijak and Sean Spears. So those are the 2 matches that are going to take place. And then the final one is Trick Williams versus Noam Dar. So, couple mid kicks, press triangle choke, sit up power bomb for a 2, haymaker forearm exchange. Okay, yeah, Dar with the discus back elbow. Responds to a leaping clothesline, goes for the spine buster, Dar counters with DDT for a 2. Reapplies the ankle lock, transition to the champagne super knee bar. See, I knew that was a thing. Williams grabs the bottom rope, forces the break, forearm shivers. So like he keeps like beating him with the forearm. Pretty stomps on Williams' chest, pose for the crowd. Oh yeah. And then Williams drops Dar with a Uranagi slam. Williams with 3 haymakers, whips Dar across the wing. The wing, yeah. Williams with 2 leg lariats. Williams with the flapjack. Knocks Earl Mentz off the apron. Gets distracted by Lash. They don't do it. They stare at each other, if I remember. Blocks a slap from Legend. Dar with the German suplex with another discus back elbow. Gets a 2 count. Goes to the Nova Roller. Williams counters with, the trick shot. And then everybody pay attention. Post-match, everybody pay attention. I got something I need to get on my chest. Hey, this is personal. We don't have to wait till Stand and Deliver. Bring your punk ass out here right now. Music hits. So security comes out. Hayes' security comes out. They get up on the ring. Music hits. Turns out Hayes is one of the security. And starts beating him up. He's running pony strike. Stands tall for Williams as the show goes off the air. So they're doing really good with this rivalry. Yeah, man, decent matches. I'm very curious as to what's going to happen with... I'm curious what they're going to do with Shawn and Gacy. Shawn might lose against Dijak because Gacy might get involved. I want Ducats to win. That'll be very interesting. Ulti Hale's back. JC's heel now, so I guess she's not part of Chase U. I guess like they've kind of like melded back into like their old gimmicks now. You know, JC's heel and Thea's like all, energized and stuff like that. So I guess that's what they're doing with that. What else? I wonder what they're going to do with Brooks. I'm curious with that. What else is happening? Yeah, like I said, they're doing really good with Trick and Carmelo. So, no, not that one. Hold on, go back. All right. So yeah, we are now moving over to AEW. Shout out to Mike Mulcazian. All right, Continental Crown. Hold on, no. Oh yeah, Monet comes out. She missed the ring, the ropes, the fans is so excited to be here. And then she's like, all right, I've got a video package that tells you all about me. And the first thing that plays is her entrance to AEW, which was last week. Now, I know they're not going to have anything for WWE. I was expecting them to have a little bit more with New Japan, but they didn't really have too much. They're really putting over the history that her and Willow have, and the match where I guess Willow injured her, because she hurt her ankle, so they're continuing with that. When they say to do a global revolution, not a women's revolution, a global revolution. To face the West women all around the globe. Lights go out. Okay, Julia Hart is on the ramp. Sky Blue attacks from behind. Gets a backstabber. So they go into the ring. Hart and Blue go into the ring. They get a pair of chairs. And then lights go out again. Willow has a chair. But she's about to hit Mercedes. And it's like, why? It's kind of weird. But okay. But drops it, and Sasha... Oh, yeah, so Mercedes was, talking to her, and then she gets out of the ring. Then with Continental Crown Kingston versus Okada. This was actually a really good match. I really wanted Eddie to win. I knew he wasn't going to win, I know, but, this was a really, really good match. But Rainmaker, 1, 2, 3. I like that Okada got confused by the pyro. He didn't know that it was for him. Oh, yeah, so they keep cutting back to the gorilla position with the Young Bucks and Tony backstage. I like that Tony's, impartial to the whole thing. That was pretty good. And then Pat comes out, and it's just that's it. That's it for Eddie, So Pat comes out. Listen, match is going to be great. Not really complaining with that. And then Renee is with Swerve and Prince Nana. I like the new background with AEW. Swerve has a history of choking people out. Oh, yeah, he comes out with a chain around his neck. Samoa Joe is ducking him. Swerve says he's offering up an open challenge tonight, inspired by Mike Tyson. Oh, yeah, because he's fighting Jake Paul. Willow, Chris, and Stokely are here. Willow says she's a different person when the bell rings, but here, Mercedes comes in. Willow says it's nice to meet her. And then, I think Willow is about to say something, and then Mercedes, cuts her off and says, you've done enough, and then they walk off. And then we have Jericho versus Hook. Man, Hook just beats the piss out of Jericho this whole match, man. I mean, man, Hook, man, it looked like Jericho was about to win, but then Hook ended up winning. So great, Adam Cole cuts to Adam Cole, and it's like, man, what is Adam going to say? Basically says he's disappointed, and they're still doing the thing where it's like, oh, you were going to win the championship for me. It's like, oh, Lord, man. They're still doing that. Adam Cole, he says he hates the feeling of being disappointed. Wardlow disappointed him. Oh, yeah, and then he was like, oh, well, now your job is to just, make sure that, everybody else keeps their titles. And it's like, Wardlow is literally back in the exact same position he was in way back in the beginning of AEW, where he's just walking around in a suit, being all strong, and, ugh. And it's like, now if you do, I was thinking about this last night. I was like, bro, if you put the title, if you try to do Wardlow, Again. This is like, what, the fifth time now? Somehow Wardlow has to gain the ability to go forward in time. Wardlow has to already have a title. Like, Wardlow literally, I said this, like, Wardlow literally has to go in the middle of the ring and be like, I want a title. And Tony has to be like, okay, here. And then Wardlow has to take, like, one step, and that one step is the equivalent of 6 months, and he still has to have the title. Because, man, if you try and do something with Wardlow now, it's like, bruh, man, Renee catches up with Jericho in the back. Jericho says Hook is a bad man and he's going to be a future champion. Next week, Jericho has a proposition. Lord, why are we still doing this? Tony, okay, so Will Ospreay comes out, basically just, hey, really hype for Danielson. And then basically was like, hey, Danielson, I got to start. He was like, oh, I can't fill Danielson's shoes because they're too small. And then he was like, oh, I'm going to start doing what you do. You face Katsuyori Shibata. I'm going to face Katsuyori Shibata. So, Shibata next week. Then Mariah May and Toni Storm for Thunder Rosa and Deonna Purrazzo. This match really was not good. This was not a really good match. It feels like it didn't really get started. Like, I watched it and it ended and I was like, okay, Thunder Rosa pinned Toni Storm. Why? I'll never know. Man. Storm is here with a snap German suplex, running hip attack into the corner. Storm Zero, but Thunder jackknives her for the 3. I don't know. That match it feels like it was about to get started and the match ended. And then we've got Swerve versus The Butcher because this was an open challenge. This match wasn't really that great. I really wanted The Butcher to do more, but he didn't really do anything crazy. Swerve picks up the win. Grabs the mic, calls out Joe, says that he had the most respect for Joe before he met him. Now he is close to hating him. So he's going to take his chain hang Joe over the rope. From his big-ass neck, he's like, I'm going to need bigger chains. So we'll take executed week after week. And then Joe comes out. What to do with someone like Swerve? Logic dictates that Swerve will get moved down the ladder since Joe beat him. However, Swerve is filled with belief, and unfortunately that forces the people to believe they could be great too. And that's our reality. However, Joe wants to get Swerve exactly what he wants and heads for the ring. Oh yeah, Don Callis comes out. And then Don is like, hey, you and then Don was like, what did Don say, man? He actually can't hear Callis because people saw Takeshita should be next for Swerve since they've got the same number of wins. Yeah, and then AEW's now Swerve's house. Is it Don Callis' family house? Swerve says we'll take Takeshita out and then come for Joe next week. So, I don't know. I guess if Takeshita wins, then that means Takeshita will face Joe. That's going to be a great match either way. Okay, TNT Championship I Quit match. Christian Cage versus Adam Copeland. So, alright. They fight all over the place. They get out to the crowd. They're in a penalty box because it's Toronto. I don't know. Christian puts on rival jersey. Adam puts on hometown jersey. They start hockey fighting. As soon as the hockey fight is over, Christian takes off the jersey and then they go back to fighting. They go back into the stadium. Christian's hiding in the women's restroom. Edge gets him out of there, and then they come back out, and then Christian gets thrown off the stage, and then Mama Wayne comes out, low blow to Edge with the hockey stick. Christian breaks the hockey stick over Edge's back. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out what else happens from that. He didn't put it in paragraphs. It's the whole thing, which, I understand. Okay. No? That's of everything? Okay, well, they did. So, man, because I don't want to go all over the place, but I'm pretty sure I did. I think I missed. Edge is bleeding because he gets thrown into the ring post. Christian puts Edge through a table that's set up on like the barricade kind of, and then Edge, he hits like an educator? He hits an educator on a ladder that's set up between the timekeeper area and the announce table, and then he throws Christian into the upside down ladder. He throws him into like the little like bar areas. Oh yeah, he pulls out that's right. So he throws him off the stage, and then he gets a goal out. He gets like a hockey net out, and then he actually did some pretty decent bumps off of it. He did a stun gun off of it, and then he throws him into it, get back into the ring, and then yeah. So, what else? The stick in the mouth. Christian can't give up, so Copeland takes the drawstring out, and then he starts choking him. Christian's about to hit the kill switch. Yeah. Okay. No. Josh ties with that. Christian's about to chokes him with that. Christian's about to hit the kill switch, but Nick Wayne. Christian is about to quit. But kill switch and Nick Wayne, man, because kill switch is the name of his finisher. So I'm like, what? And then I forgot kill switch is Luchasaurus. I got so confused, man. Christian is about to quit. Kill switch and Nick Wayne come out. Mama Wayne slaps Cope. Oh yeah, so they get him up, and then Mama Wayne slaps him, and then Daddy Magic and Daniel Garcia come out, impale a DDT by Copeland on kill switch on the barbed wire chair that Christian was about to use on Copeland, but he dodged it because he's about to hit the concerto. Garcia and Menard dump Wayne outside on kill switch. So they dump him, and he doesn't get all of it. He hits him he hits Luchasaurus in the back of his head with his foot, man, and he hits his spine on the apron. It's terrible. Okay. Kill switch barbed wire. Oh yeah. Garcia and Menard dump Wayne outside. Copeland hits up the ladder. Alright, dives to the floor. Garcia's holding it. Okay, so they handcuff Kill Switch and Wayne, and then she runs. So they're about to beat up Mama Wayne, but Mama Wayne gets out. Christian gets up, gets beat up by Menard and Garcia, and then gets speared. And then he gets handcuffed, and then he kicks him in the balls a bunch of times, and then he grabs Spike, and then he hits. So Spike is this big 2x4 with a bunch of nails in it for Edge. Edge gets it. Low blows Christian with the Spike, and then he doesn't give up, and then he's about to hit Christian in the head with the Spike, and then Christian says he quits, and then there you go. Show was good. I'm curious what they're going to do with Mercedes and Willow. I don't care what the proposition is with Chris Jericho. What else happened? Oh yeah, excited for Shibata and Ospreay. There was something else. Oh yeah, they're doing Pac and Okada. All right, I just want to see what they're going to do with I'm about to drop my phone. Help. I'm curious what they're going to do with Eddie after this. I don't know if they're going to do anything, but we'll have to wait and see. So there you go. That's Matt Moments Digest, and now we're going to move over to the top rumors. That's right. We're here. Hello. We're talking about the top rumors, so we're just going to jump straight into it. All right. The Observer claims some of the WWE talent are frustrated about there being a double standard regarding The Rock's promos. This stems from a recent memo sent to talent, quote, which states that this is a PG company, no swearing, and said that includes everything on social media, but The Rock violates those rules all the time. Quote, he does what he wants, and because he's on the board of directors, nobody's going to say anything to him. For example, quote, all talent have been told never to use the word ass on Fox because they don't want it. However, The Rock said ass multiple times during his recent Rock concert segment on SmackDown. All right, look, in fairness. Okay, you know what, though? But Cody got special permission. But Seth said bitching. So is it down to, I'm assuming it's down to the whatchamacallit, the network, on what the network wants. Because, you've got TNT, and TNT is letting AEW say shit. So it's clearly not just this universal, thing. It's clearly a set. It's network's discretion basically, and it sounds like I would say at least because I mean he was on So it sounds like USA and Fox specifically are both, looking at they're both saying, hey, we don't want you to use that type of language, which I understand, and The Rock is doing it. And on one hand, I understand the frustration, but on the other hand, everybody else swears. Right? I mean, you know what? I mean, bro, they say bitch and ass and damn and stuff and like that. I mean, Fox doesn't like ass. So Fox doesn't like ass. I don't see why they would like damn either. I would say that those are pretty close, right? I don't know. I don't know what to say about this. Just because, like, it seems like it's all just down to how the network feels. And so far, Rock hasn't really been getting any flack, right? Any punishment, any fines, and even if he does, maybe he can pay for it. So I guess it's just down to that. I also mentioned that because he's the board, he's like the board director, right? And he's also The Rock. He's allowed to do that stuff, which also, I mean, you kind of do have to factor in. I mean, it's obviously not fair, but it's kind of what you kind of have to take that into consideration just because of like how legendary and how famous he is. I feel like he'd be allowed to get away with that. I don't think that he should. I'm not saying that it's okay. I'm just saying like, hey, this is just how it is. I don't think anything is going to culminate from this. I think this is just going to be what it is right now. And I don't think that anybody is doing this outright, to make anybody upset. I think The Rock is just... I didn't know that it was Twitter as well. I didn't know that he couldn't swear also on Twitter. Now that, if you're not allowed to do that and you're just openly, like, saying, the S word and F word and whatnot, as Carl Pilkington likes to say, throwing around your effing and jeffing. If you're doing that and you're not supposed to be doing that, then my hands are tied. And you literally, at that point, it's like, all right, you're not supposed to be doing that, and you got to get in trouble for that, or something's got to happen with that, right? But like I said, if it's fines, then it's going to be nothing more than just here you go, and then go back to what you were doing. I don't. There's not really much else to say because it's down to what the networks decide on how they're going to go about this, right? I feel like Seth should get in trouble then because he said bitch. He said bitching. So, I mean, so Seth should get something, but then what else? What would it be? Suspension? Why? I mean, I guess it's swearing. I guess, yeah. I don't know. Suspension, fine. Other than those two, I don't really know what else they can really do. A suspension seems a bit extreme, though, for swearing. And it'll definitely cut into the storylines. So I don't know if they're going to do that. So the only other thing I can think of is a fine, but I don't know. If that's not what they're doing, then I literally have, like, no idea. So, next, the Wrestling Observer newsletter says Warner Brothers Discovery won't have serious discussions about a new AEW TV deal until it first locks down a new TV package with the NBA. It sounds like WBD and the NBA were in a 75% agreement on a new deal as of late last week. So, that's interesting. Mainly because I wonder if Warner Brothers is looking at AEW a bit differently now. Because I swear I talked about how, like, time can change, and I do say that a lot. I'm like, bro, a lot can happen in, like, a month, a week, a lot can happen. And, listen, I'm just gonna be honest. I feel like AEW's overall appearance has changed since the last time we spoke about TV deals with AEW. And when is the... Hold on. I'm going to look this up. I don't know what specifically to look up. AEW. Hold on. AEW current TV deal. Let me see. Okay, this is Reddit. Oh, God. Not oh, God to Reddit, but I have to, like, read this sideways now. Oh, it's taking forever to load. Okay, just as I say that. about AEW TV deal. When will be the current AEW TV deal going up, and when will they announce their new TV deal? Any predictions? Great. Okay. Oh, hold on. Wait. Rights were extended in January of 2020 for 4 years, $175 million. Assumption being they'd be up in January of 2024. Okay, some additional context. The current deal is under $44 million a year for Dynamite and Rampage added in the deal. SmackDown just signed a $1.4 billion, $287 million per year rights deal. Raw is reported looking for $400 million a year. MLS got $2.5 billion. Yeah, okay, and MLS got $2.5 billion to be on a streaming service, and WBD pays the NBA over $1 billion a year. Okay, sorry, hold on. My arm itched. Leave me alone. All right. Well, it's well past January 2024, so I don't know if that's completely accurate. February 6th. This is February. Major announcement has been made involving AEW's TV partner Warner Bros. Discovery. There's been much discussion regarding the future of All Elite Wrestling on their television partner Warner Bros. Discovery with their current media rights deal expected to expire in October of 2024. Variety... Okay, sorry. This is on Wrestle Talk. And this was by... Oh, no, there's no thing. 2 months... Oh, wait, no. Yeah. 2 months ago by SP3 at True Heel SP3 on Twitter. Okay. On February 6th, Variety reports that Fox, Core, Warner Brothers Discovery, and Disney are set to launch a new streaming joint venture that will make all of their sports programming available under a single broadcast platform. This move will put all the content from ESPN, TNT, and Fox Sports on a new standalone streaming app. In the process of this new venture, they will likely shake up the world of sports and how it is watched moving forward. There will be hundreds of hours on the NFL, NBA, MLB, and NHL, as well as many college divisions. Pricing will be announced at a future date. Each company would own 1/3 of the new outlet and license their sports content to it on a non-exclusive basis. Okay. So, AEW may be a part of that, I guess. I guess that's the idea, that AEW could potentially be... Hold on a second. Let me make sure that I'm reading this properly. What does... Oh, God, ads. Get out. Get out of here. Go away. I don't want relief. Okay. Hold on. A major change. Warner Bros. Discovery could be a future streaming home for AEW content in the future. There's no word on AEW's renegotiations with Warner Bros. At the time of this writing, but Wrestle Talk will provide any further updates. Okay. So, yeah, we don't really know if AEW specifically is going to be a part of that at some point. I don't know. I mean, they're not doing wrestling. They're doing sports. It's all about sports. It's all about NHL and NBA and all that sort of stuff. And Warner Brothers is trying to renew NBA first, which I completely understand, right? And that's what I'm saying. My point is that, are they going to re-sign? Are they going to renegotiate with AEW? Because AEW is kind of, sort of... So, okay. AEW is kind of, sort of getting back to... I don't know. Okay. So, I was on TikTok, and I think it was Eric Bischoff. He was talking about Mercedes Moné doing her debut. And he was like, you've got one of the hottest women's wrestlers in pro wrestling right now. And the highest viewer count you got was 800,000 views. And he was also saying, like, they weren't advertising her. But he was like, if you are a wrestling fan and you didn't know that Mercedes was not going to be there, or you didn't know that Mercedes was going to be there, I don't know what to tell you. Which, fairness. But at the same time, I think Meltzer and Jim Ross, one of them was like, you have to appeal to the casual fans as well. So I feel like, would they have gotten more views if they had outright said that Mercedes Moné is going to be there? And the answer is yes, obviously, right? Obviously, if they had told you outright, hey, Mercedes Moné is coming to Boston at this next pay-per-view, or at this next show, then obviously more people would have seen. But the real question is how many more people would have seen, right? Because he's right. He's got a point. Mercedes Moné, the biggest women's wrestler in all of professional wrestling, world-renowned, New Japan, WWE, now AEW, right? And 800,000 viewers is the highest amount of people that have seen this, and you didn't advertise her? That's a missed opportunity. It is. That's not the smartest move to make. You don't want to have a very, very, like Kazuchika Okada. You don't want to have, like Okada was a pretty big, crazy, debut, but you didn't announce him, which I understand, but at the same time, that's an opportunity cost. It is, no matter what. If you buy one thing over another, that's an opportunity cost. Because you could have also needed that thing. And you could have also done well with advertising both Okada and Mercedes. Didn't have to do it at the same time, but if you had advertised... Okay, my paper towels fell. If you had advertised both of them, you more than likely would have gotten a higher viewership just by default. Because more people would have tuned in to be like, I want to see Kazuchika Okada and I want to see Mercedes Moné. 800,000 views is not a lot, okay? And they've pretty much been averaging that for a while now. And that just alone is off of the base storylines that they have. Like this Undisputed Kingdom thing, man, this is terrible. It's terrible. And it should have been a groundbreaking, earth-shattering, needle-moving moment that took place, and from the moment that it started, it was like, all right, this better be good. And so far, it's not really firing off on all cylinders. I mean, it's knocking a couple targets off, but like, it's not doing the greatest. It could be doing better, obviously. And then they took their masks off and the betrayal happened, and really they haven't been doing anything. And it really feels like MJF doesn't even need to come back and really retaliate against them, because they haven't really been changing anything. So far, Roderick Strong is the only one who's really made any change. That's it. He beat Orange Cassidy because, Matt Bennett and Mike, what was it? Matt Bennett and Mike Taven? One of them, right? They were already champions, so they didn't really do anything crazy. So, that's why I say all of that to come back to the main point of, what is Warner Brothers thinking of AEW right now? Right? What are they thinking about them? What is going through the mind right now? What is AEW thinking right now? They're getting new writers and producers and stuff like that. But I don't know. It's obviously not going to happen in a day, right? I don't know. We'll see if AEW, I don't even know. Like, we'll see. We'll see what happens with AEW, I guess. Because I don't know, man. I don't know what's going to happen with them. All right. So WrestleVotes here is that up to 4 matches could be added to WrestleMania's card. Quote, as of now, the working plan is to feature 7 matches per night on the main card. Speaking of WrestleMania, Cody Rhodes, Drew McIntyre, and Bayley are currently favored to win gold in Philadelphia at online sportsbooks like BetOnline. The latest odds have Gunther, Rhea, and Logan Paul retaining their titles. So 7 matches. So that's pretty on par with, Raw and SmackDown and stuff, because they usually get like 6-7 matches too. So at the most, each night is going to be like an hour, 2 hours, which is digestible, right? So that's really nice. Rhodes, McIntyre, and Bayley are current favors to win. Yeah, Bayley, Rhodes, obviously, McIntyre, that makes a lot of sense. Drew, I don't know what CM Punk is going to be doing. He's been mentioning CM Punk, and CM Punk's coming back. Hold on, let me get a drink. Wet the whistle. Hold on, give me a second. I don't want to drop it. Oh. Don't want to drop the cup. I'm back. Hello. Alright. So, CM Punk's coming back. I don't know what that means. I'm assuming he's going to be in a match. I guess. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, right? Gunther, Rhea, and Logan are retaining. I don't know. I don't know about that one. I don't know. I'm thinking that they might do all 6 of them. Cody beats Roman. McIntyre beats Rollins. Bayley beats Io. Gunther beats Sammy. No, that's a lie. Sorry. I switched them around. Sammy beats Gunther. Lynch beats Rhea. And then this is a triple threat. So, if you go back, they did say that they were saying how they weren't going to have Randy win a major title. I remember them saying that. And this makes me think, are they going to have him win the United States title? But then, that's kind of mean. But then again, technically, no, it's not a major title, because the World Heavyweight Championship and the those are major titles, yes. So technically, no, it's not a major title. So maybe that's what their loophole is. Because he's been United States champion before. So, it's not out of the ordinary. I was thinking, because before the triple threat, I assumed it was going to, no. Never mind. I was going to say, I assumed it was going to be Logan Owens at Mania, but they already did Logan Owens at the last pay-per-view, right? That was the one with the brass knuckles. And now they're doing Logan Randy Owens. Owens might win. I don't know. I don't think Logan's going to retain. That's all. That's basically what I'm trying to say here. I don't think Logan's going to retain. I think that it could be Randy, just because of the fact that they said that he wasn't going to win a major title. And technically that's not a major title. And then I think that Owens could win, just because Owens hasn't had a title recently. So, I don't know. It could really go either way. That's basically what I'm saying. It could really go either way. Which is what you want, because it means that the match overall is just going to be very interesting, because you don't know who's going to win. Okay. This is all very haphazard, and I apologize. But, is there anything? Dave Meltzer said, oh yeah, this is the one. So, on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer said Tony Khan blames Jack Perry for CM Punk leaving AEW for WWE, and that's part of why he's been gone for so long now. He's not fired, however. I don't think this is real. I think this was just a rumor. I don't think Tony Khan actually said that. Hold on. Let me look this up. Tony Khan blames. This is what I wanted to talk about, by the way. No, Tony Khan blames Jack Perry. I just had to look for it. My bad. Jack Perry. Who's Jack Osborne? News. Okay, for costing CM Punk. Okay, hold on, wait. Well, speaking on Wrestling Observer, this is on Ringside, so do with that what you will. By Subhojit Mukherjee. Man, I apologize if I butchered that. While speaking on Wrestling Observer Radio, Dave Meltzer noted that Jack Perry hasn't been fired from AEW, but he's currently not being utilized. Meltzer suggested that Tony Khan is upset with Perry because he believes Perry's actions led to the departure of CM Punk, and Perry is receiving the blame for it. He's not been fired. He's absolutely not been fired, but they're not using him. Essentially, Tony's really mad at him because he cost him CM Punk. He's getting the blame. Quote, okay, well, that was a new quote. He probably should have been suspended for a month or two. Where are we at? 7 months now? 7 months. It's ridiculous. The punishment doesn't fit the crime at this point. Jack Perry even insinuated that he asked for his AEW release. And then he got denied. The future of Jack Perry remains uncertain after his recent surprising actions. So, they were going to do, hold on, because this was its own thing, and I'm just going to go straight to that, specifically so that I don't get anything mixed up. So here we go. Okay. Dave Meltzer heard that Jack Perry did not receive... Oh, wait, no. Oh, yeah. Dave Meltzer heard that Jack Perry did not receive contact from Tony Khan for a long while after being sent home from Wembley Stadium following last year's backstage altercation with CM Punk at All In. Perry apparently, quote, apologized, kept texting Khan about he never meant to cause any trouble and was sorry. Jack did eventually hear from AEW's lawyers before speaking with Tony Khan and apologizing. Perry is still under contract with AEW, and his current scapegoat storyline in NJPW will eventually lead to his AEW return. F4W Online's Brian Alvarez then wrote that Perry disputes both, quote, the claim that he continually apologized or asked for forgiveness, as well as the claim that, quote, there are any current plans for an AEW return. Perry says he did not hear from Khan for 2 months following All In. They did eventually meet before Full Gear in Los Angeles and made plans for a December return to AEW. However, okay, hold on, wait. Do you ever read and then zone out while you're reading? I just did that. Perry says he did not hear okay, hold on. Disputes both that he continually apologized or asked for forgiveness, as well as the claim that, quote, there are any current plans for an AEW return. Perry said he did not hear from Khan for 2 months following All In. They did eventually meet before Full Gear in Los Angeles and made plans for a December return to AEW. However, quote, I just confused myself. They did eventually meet before Full Gear in Los Angeles and made plans for a December return to AEW. However, quote, after Punk returned to WWE at Survivor Series, those plans were scrapped. Perry's still under contract with AEW because his release request was denied. Quote, he hasn't talked to Khan in months, nor cleared anything he has done in storyline for NJPW, like him tearing up the AEW contract or his use of the term scapegoat. I'm curious as to where this is going to go, because this sounds like this is all over the place, and it sounds like, on one hand, it sounds like Tony's blaming him. It sounds like Tony is outright blaming Jack for Tony. It sounds like Tony is outright blaming Jack for CM Punk not being in AEW right now. And I was like, I feel like that is not entirely true. I feel like that CM Punk has the wherewithal to stand up and be like, do I want to leave specifically because of Jack Perry? Do I want to leave because of a completely different reason? Or do I want to leave because of both? Because it can be both. And I think I remember saying that. It can be both. It can be Jack Perry and it can be something else. And for Tony to be like, oh, it is specifically because Jack Perry, got into a bit of a spat with CM Punk, and that's why CM Punk left. And it's like, okay, well, if you're going to be mad about that, then I feel like it's only fair to be mad at Sammy Guevara and Andrade. Because Sammy Guevara and Andrade got into a bit of a spat, and then, since then, really, Andrade has been like, well, I kind of don't really want to be here anymore, and I kind of want to go to WWE. And he talked about that for a while. And you could argue that Andrade and Sammy, and then I think Andrade got injured, and then I think during his injury, that's when he was like, I want to go to WWE. Either way, two different things happened in that time frame. And then Andrade ended up with AEW. And I don't know, man. Like, I don't know. What does CM Punk have to do with this? Yes, they got into an altercation, but I feel like Jack Perry and CM Punk both went on their separate timelines. I don't remember CM Punk specifically, being like, oh, I'm leaving because, I don't like Jack Perry. Unless, hold on. Now we gotta look this up now. Did CM Punk leave because of Jack Perry, man? Did CM Punk, I typed that in correctly, leave AEW because of Jack Perry? Punk was not dismissed solely because of his backstage altercation with Jack Perry last week in London at All In, though that did not help his cause. His firing came after Khan felt physically threatened by Punk at All In during his attempt to get Punk refocused on the match. I told you. I said that. I said that Tony Khan fired CM Punk because Tony Khan felt he was in fear of his safety. I said that. So, it's not because of Jack Perry, which is weird to even say in the beginning. So, listen. Shouts out to Jack. Shouts out to him for going to NJPW and not letting this be the downfall of his career. If anything, using it as a jump pad to improve upon his character as a whole, right? So, it sounds like it's a storyline. It's not. It sounds like this is real. It sounds like Jack Perry is just off in NJPW right now. He's still signed with AEW. Tony hasn't fired him. Not really 100% sure why. Not 100% sure why. So, I mean, at the end of the day, you really have to talk to Tony, right? You have to go to Tony and you should be like, what are you doing? Are you going to fire him or not? Are you, I don't understand what's going on here. And it's this type of, confusion and borderline disorganization. Again, that takes me back to the point that I made earlier with AEW's TV deal with Warner Brothers Discovery. Warner Brothers has to be seeing this, right? Listen, wrestling's predetermined, but the contracts and the money aren't. So that Warner Brothers has to be seeing that Tony Khan has kind of got his hands tied a little bit here with Jack Perry and whatnot. But I don't know, maybe Warner Brothers is looking at this and is like, I have faith that he will fix this, I guess. I don't know, right? So at the end of the day, we really will just have to see, of what is, of what, I guess Tony and then Tony and Warner Brothers are going to do. So that'll be interesting. Okay. Ooh. All right. Hold on. I've got it. I'm trying to make sure that I'm not... Okay. Both WWE and AEW offered Mercedes Moné contracts that would have been worth $10 million or more over their duration, according to PW Insider. That means the one she signed with AEW likely makes her the top paid female performer in pro wrestling history. Insider sources told them WWE had, quote, top flight execs involved in recruiting her and absolutely wanted Moné back in the, quote, absolutely wanted Moné back in the family. Oh my goodness. Okay. Mercedes chose AEW as she felt it gave her more flexibility to pursue outside acting, music, and fashion ventures. PW Insider also reported she decided based on which deal, quote, would allow for stronger potential, not just for herself, but for additional and future women in professional wrestling. A recent ESPN profile on Moné confirmed she signed a, quote, multi-year deal with AEW. There is also a bit of backstage heat. Moné. Backstage. No, I spelled it wrong. Hold on. Moné backstage. It'll figure it out. Hold on. You just gotta type the keywords in first, and then it'll figure itself out. Look, see, I told you. I'd put in 2 H's. It'll figure itself out. Angry people backstage. Okay. Oh yeah. Okay, hold on. Mercedes Moné had a big pop at AEW debut. Okay, this is Sportskeeda, written by Roy De Silva. While the CEO had a tremendous debut at Dynamite Big Business, her quote from an interview that she gave just a few days before the debut, oh yeah, caught her attention to many. Quote, there's a reality that some people consider AEW as the place they want to be in this, and some see it as a place... Hold on, wait, I'm going too fast. In an interview with the Kick Rocks podcast, Mercedes Moné revealed that she plans to return to WWE sometime in the future. Dave Meltzer had something to say about it on Wrestling Observer Newsletter and said that it had rubbed some people the wrong way. He also spoke about what he thought was the mindset of some wrestlers. Quote, there is a reality that some people consider AEW as the place they want to be, and some see it as a place... hold on. Okay. Website froze. As a place to make money until getting the call to come back. The latter group has in general been more of a detriment to the company, he said. He then spoke about... Okay, wait. Some people consider AEW as the place they want to be, and some see it as a place to make money until getting the call to come back. The latter group has in general been more of a detriment to the company, yes. He then spoke about Moné's case. In her case, she negotiated with both sides. She did. WWE didn't give her the money she wanted, and AEW did. Could you imagine Jade Cargill or Cody Rhodes right before her or his WWE debut saying that they know they'll one day go back to AEW? And if they did, how do you think WWE would react? He continued. In time, this will play out as it does, but the people who were skeptical are now more skeptical. In the end, if she's a long-term valuable asset to the company, nobody will remember the statement. And if not, everyone will remember the statement. He signed off. Mercedes Moné. Okay. Alright, Mercedes Moné could be the highest paid female wrestler. Mercedes Moné's contract has become the talk of the town, with Dave Meltzer on Wrestling Observer Newsletter saying that the amount was pretty significant and also spoke about the importance of the amount. Dave Meltzer revealed on Wrestling Observer Newsletter. Quote, one WWE woman star noted to us that they were hearing that the number was enough to make her, Moné, the highest paid woman in pro wrestling, which was $10 million, and that they were thrilled at AEW for making the offer and happy for her to have accepted it, because in the long run, it means it's a better market for the top women. Right, because rising tide lifts all boats. Noting, I think it sets a standard that women should be paid too. The women do great numbers and have huge social followings, and also said that it was a huge deal for women in the industry who are paid a lot less than men. I swear, though, that there was another article that was like, some of the women are getting upset because they aren't getting paid. Okay. Contract? Hold on, I'm going to put another keyword in here and see if that... No, I don't think so. Hold on. Not signing comprehended. That's a good point, though. It is. That's a good point. Because you don't want to spend all that money on somebody only for them to go on an interview and then just be like, oh, by the way, I'm probably not going to stay here for a while. Like, that's obviously going to make that's going to make people a little bit, Hold on. She should always have it under mind. Possibly going. Okay, never mind. All right, that's the same thing. All right, I was trying to look for something else. I swear there was a report that talked about how some of the women feel a little bit undercut because Mercedes is getting paid so much more than they are. And I remember it being a thing, and I don't remember where it was, which sounds so bad, but I do remember that there was an article. I don't know what to look for to find it though. I'm just gonna look up. How do you spell Mercedes? Goddamn. I'm just gonna look up Monet Heat. Monet Heat. I don't think this is gonna be what I think it is. News. Real life even Mercedes Monet. Hold on. I swear it's out here. This is the last one anyway. It's fine. No. Never mind. Alright. Yeah. So, to go back to the original point, I do understand where the apprehension is coming from. And it does sound like that, A, she does actually want to build up the women's division, which, in fairness, should have already been built up anyway. And I don't think that she herself is coming in and is like, oh, I specifically am going to be the one to, lead the revolution or whatever. I think that she is going to actively try and work with everyone there. So only time will tell, really, how it'll go. And man, I'm curious as to how this is gonna play out for AEW, because it almost feels like this is a completely separate entity to what is going on within AEW, and like it's happening in the same exact place, because you've got Mercedes Moné coming in and talking about globalization, and then you flip the I don't know, imagine a cube. You go to another face of the cube, and you've got Kazuchika Okada. He just came in. He just won a championship, and he's supposed to be heel. No one cares. Love that, by the way. Fairness, though, Okada. He just became champion, so they've got, and then they're doing Pac with him, and they've got stuff going on. And then you flip the face again, and it's Undisputed Kingdom, and like they're floundering, man, floundering. Like I don't know what's going on, and then you flip it again, and like there's a lot of stuff going on, a lot of moving parts. Some more significant than others, and some not moving as fast as they should be, right? And ultimately, the mechanism as a whole, I feel like it's not operating at peak efficiency as it should be and could be. And, I feel like WWE, I feel like AEW needs to, especially now, because in fairness, the TV deal is up in October. Right? April, May, June, July, October. That's not far away. It's not. You're going to blink and it's going to be here. And if AEW don't right the ship, doesn't need, super 100% correcting. But if AEW does not, get their ducks in a row altogether, then I feel like they could be in trouble. I could be wrong, and if I am wrong, then that makes perfect sense. But I feel like AEW are in just a little bit of deep water right now, and I worry because, if they can't get it together, then I don't know what the Warner Brothers is going to do. So we're just going to have to wait and see. Folks, that's not the end. I need everybody to do me a favor. Pack up all your stuff. Make sure you've got all your essentials, and if you're going to pack shampoo, put it in a separate Ziploc bag so that way if it explodes, it doesn't get on your clothes. Board the train, because we are now on our way to Rumination Station. That's right. That's right. That whistle, ladies and gentlemen, means that we have arrived at Rumination Station. We're just going to hop straight into it. Can you really go blind staring at a solar eclipse? This is written by Ethan Trex, and it was published on March 18th, 2024. A total solar eclipse will cut a path of totality across the United States on April 8th, 2024, and eclipse mania is gripping the country. Should the wide-eyed and unprotected hazard... What? Should the wide-eyed and unprotected hazard a peek at this rare phenomenon? I didn't know that hazard was okay. NASA doesn't advise it. The truth is, a quick glance at a solar eclipse won't leave you blind, but you're not doing your eyes any favors. Okay, as NASA explains, even when 99% of the sun's surface is covered, the 1% that sneaks out around the edges is enough to damage the rod and cone cells in your retinas. Wow, okay. You're not doing, okay. So it won't leave you blind, but it's not gonna help either. Even when 99% of the sun's surface is covered, okay, the 1% that sneaks out around the edges, wow, cells in your retinas. Okay, sorry. The 1% that sneaks out around the edges is enough to damage the rod and cone cells in your retinas. As this light and radiation flood into the eye, the retina becomes trapped in a sort of solar cooker that scorches its tissue. Whoa. And because your retinas don't have any pain receptors, your eyes have no way of warning you to stop. Oh my God. This happened to me literally the other day. I looked up out the window because I thought that there was a bee, and I looked directly into the sunlight for at least like a second, and I looked away. And I was like, I should not have done that. And I don't know why I didn't look away. Wow, that's crazy. Your eyes don't have any way for you to be like, hey, stop that. Okay. The good news for astronomy, right, is astronomy. Astronomy is space. Astrology are the zodiac signs. I have to keep telling myself that. The good news for astronomy enthusiasts is that there are ways to safely view a solar eclipse. A pair of eclipse glasses will block the retina frowning rays, but sunglasses or any other kind of smoked lens cannot. The American Astronomical Society also suggests watching the eclipse indirectly through a pinhole projector, or through binoculars or a telescope fitted with special solar fitters. While it's safe to take a quick unfiltered peek at the sun in the brief totality of a solar eclipse, for which you must actually be in its path of totality, doing so turning the partial phases when the moon is not completely covering the sun is a risk you don't want to take, right? Because you don't want to be on like the one side, and you can kind of like when you go into like the bathroom stalls and there's like a little gap, and like if you walk past the gap at the right angle, you can see somebody in there. You don't want that. Is it safe for kids to watch the April 8th solar eclipse? The 2024 solar eclipse's path of totality will go right across Arkansas and the Arkansas Children's Hospital. It'll go right across Arkansas, and the Arkansas Children's Hospital advises that it's okay for kids to witness the eclipse with a couple caveats. Parents and caregivers must supervise their children at all times, and the kids must wear certified eclipse glasses throughout the event. Pediatrician Dr. Laura Sisterhern said in a statement, okay, sorry, man, the punctuations are killing me, but I'm also dying. Dr. Laura Sisterhern said in a statement. Adults should also explain the dangers of incorrectly viewing a solar eclipse and make sure youngsters understand safety precautions. For that reason, Dr. Sisterhern recommends that kids who are preschool age and younger not participate. No, you can't do that. You're too young. But that doesn't mean they can't experience the fun and wonder of a solar eclipse. Cities and towns in the path of totality will be holding plenty of solar eclipse activities for kids leading up to the big event. On its website, Arizona State University lists several NASA-approved kids' activities, from building a pinhole camera from a cereal box to drawing a solar eclipse with sidewalk chalk and much more. Well, that sounds like a lot of fun. All right, so April 8th, 2024 is when the totality of the solar eclipse will take place. You can look at it, technically, but don't. NASA says don't do that. And even when 99% of the sun's surface is covered, the 1% that sneaks out around the edges is enough to damage the rod and cone cells in your retinas. As this light and radiation flood into the eye, the retina becomes trapped in a sort of solar cooker that scorches its tissue. And because your retinas don't have any pain receptors, your eyes have no way of warning you to stop. That's what really is like fucking me up. You don't have any pain receptors. So it's happening and you're like, ooh, but like, no, you can't be doing that. Sorry if that peaked the mic. So you gotta have safety certified solar eclipse glasses, or you can look through it to a pinhole, which is like really, 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 really tiny, which I understand. Which I guess is like so that all the light doesn't break through immediately. Kids can watch it, but if you're too young, you can't watch it. So there you go. So like technically, no, you can't. You technically can't look at a solar eclipse, which, you know, that makes a lot of sense. Well, folks, on that note, that's going to do it. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. And as always, big hugs. Big hugs all around.